Hello everyone, and I just want to start this video by talking about something that I haven't heard a lot of people discussing. Really, I mean, maybe I'm following the wrong people, but this is just something I wanted to discuss. Retrograde lovers. Retrograde lovers. Now, Mercury retrograde is approaching. And I think soon after that, Venus retrograde is approaching too. So pay attention, please. And all 2020, it seems like there's going to be a lot of planets doing that. In fact, all the planets are going to go into retrograde. Maybe not all at the same time, but all the planets are going to go into retrograde this year, at least once. And I would like to talk about retrograde lovers. Now, in my own personal experience with retrograde lovers, pay attention to who's coming into your life, because exes will come around and other people, and even if it's not an ex, like let's say you're just out dating, pay attention to who comes into your life around retrograde. Also, if you're into astrology, please take note of what planets are transitioning in what house. But what I've noticed is it doesn't really matter what time of the year, but when things go into retrograde, people pop in and out. And they pop in as soon as retrograde happens, everything's fine and dandy. And then as soon as it's approaching the ending, they just leave, they disappear, they ghost, it's out, they're out. So please pay attention to what is happening around you. Please pay attention to the energies. 2020 is not the year for you to just be like lily-gagging around. And I don't like to be someone who's fear-mongering based on astrology, but I've noticed, and I didn't used to pay attention to the astrological like things happening in the sky as much as I do now. But if I look at past patterns and past people that came in and out of my life, they follow a pattern. Especially, I've noticed that even though Saturn goes into retrograde for like half of the year, that half of the year I will be talking to somebody and we'll be all good, and then all of a sudden they bounce after Saturn goes back into direct. So retrograde is all about bringing past lessons to you, and sometimes that comes as people that come in and out of your life, and sometimes it comes to you in different forms. But like I said before, I don't want to be fear-mongering based on astrological placements, because there's always something malefic, like a malefic thing happening to overshadow like good aspects. It all depends on the person, but just be wary of retrograde lovers, because I have experienced this, and my friends have experienced this, and people online have experienced all these exes popping up all of a sudden, getting in touch with each other. Do not be fooled. Or at least if someone comes into your life and they have changed, and if they come into your life and they haven't. And most of the time, these exes, or even people that you didn't date but you were close to or you had something with, and then they just kind of went out their own way and then they come back, if they have changed, and most certainly they have not. Okay, it just takes a lot for a person to change. It takes so much to change that it rarely does it ever happen. And I just wouldn't count on people coming back into your life, especially if they're exes or ex-flings or friends with benefits situation. I wouldn't count on them being reliable around this time. I feel like 2020 is gonna be the year that a lot of people will be tested by past stuff. And that just also happens to be retrograde lovers, but I'm just getting that I had to say that because that just seems like a big theme for a lot of people, is exes and stupid people coming back. And I'm just here to tell you that that offer, some people might tell you, oh, your lover's coming back, you know, and they don't really go into detail, but this is not an offer that you want. This is a where are you at, or what are you doing text at like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. after, you know, certain hours of the day. That's what's offering to you. People don't really tell you what the offer is. It's like, it's not like they're incorrect. People are coming back into your life, but are they good for you? Are they change? Did they really change? Because I doubt it. Like, be wary, be strong, and just be aware of what's happening around you. Because I don't know, I've just seen this pattern so many times, and I wish in the past I would have just paid attention to who was coming in and out of my life around, you know, Mercury retrograde and then Saturn retrograde. It always happens around the same times in the year too, that, you know, people will come in and out. And it was just so, I don't know, it was just like, when I looked back at the transits at certain time periods, I was like, dang, it was like so obvious. Like, they only came during this time period and then they left. And it was just so obvious to me that we were incompatible. I mean, you didn't need sometimes you don't need astrological placements, but I was really delusional, and I needed to like really be like, oh yeah, we're definitely, no, they only come around. If they're only coming around during retrograde periods, and they're only coming around, I'm not saying that the planets rule over everything and that everything that comes to you your way during retrograde is like a definite no-no, but it's something that you got to pay attention to, and something that you got to, you know, follow your intuition. Do you know that this person is right, or do you feel like this is a safe thing? Do you feel like it's stable, or do you feel like this is something that's going to come in and out? And so you got to be aware. You got to be strong too. And if you go back to your ex during a retrograde period, you know, I wouldn't blame anybody. You know, we all go back to our exes, and, you know, or not all of us. I mean, some of us are better than others, I guess, but it happens to the best of us, and I don't want to blame anyone for going back to their ex or entertaining something like that. But it's just nice to have to pay attention to, because these people coming, I just feel like these people coming in, they are not good. They are not good. Have your guard up. I just saying what I'm channeling. These people that are coming in right now, they are not good for you. And also, I'm just feeling, for those of you who always had troubles in relationships, this is not the time to be messing around with that and distracting yourself with relationships like that. Like, I think this is really the time to get distracted and delve into yourself. And yourself, like, really zone in on what, like, be completely engulfed in your own self-interest, your own, like, healing yourself, taking care of yourself. Be the best caretaker, the best lover, the best friend, the best gift giver that you can be this year. Be completely engulfed in your energy. That's what needs to happen this year. There's no time for love this year, I feel. That's just me talking. I know some people are going to it applies to different people. If it doesn't apply to you, you know, let it fly. But this year is really not. Like, I'm not getting the strong, like, I know people are coming back, but it's just like, that's what's being offered to you is complete bullshit. You know it, I know it, but it's just the time to be engulfed in yourself. And a lot of people have been ignoring the call to take care of themselves, and a lot of people are uncomfortable doing that for themselves, and they don't find themselves being able to do that. But you need it's time to step up. And that's what I said in a previous video, my rant about codependency, is that 2020 is going to be the year that you guys actually have to do stuff for yourself. And you can't just say, oh, I'm gonna take care of myself, I'm gonna do this, and then not do it. This is the year that you're gonna actually be doing that, and then you have to put the universe. And I saw some other reader, I saw a video, and the reader said, the universe is coming for you. The universe is coming for you 2020. And they're calling on you to, finally address this issue of not taking care of yourself, not being the best lover and caretaker that you can be to yourself. Don't feel bad about creating a place of solitude or trying to figure out who you are and stuff. Like, don't feel bad. Just completely engulf yourself. And people with codependency, you'll really struggle with this, because I know, I struggle with it too. But you have to just let everything go, let everything dissolve, and just allow yourself to just do the things that you've always wanted to do. Take care of yourself. Don't think about other people first, because I know, especially for me, I struggle with codependency all the time. I'm always thinking about other people and not myself. I'm never thinking about myself first. Like, I'm always thinking about, when I go out to the store, I'm always like, oh, this person will really like this. But I'm never thinking, like, whenever it's like comes to me and myself, I'm always hesitant about buying things for myself. But when it comes to other people, I'm like, oh yeah, like, that's totally cool. But it's time to relinquish that attitude, relinquish that bad habit, and start putting yourself first for once. And that's in your thoughts too. But it's going to take a little bit, but that's what 2020 is about, is establishing this put me first attitude, because it's not selfish, because a lot of you have not been doing that. You have been thinking about other people first. And you have not been taking care of yourself. The Ten of Swords came out. Y'all are exhausted. I am exhausted. I am exhausted. Honestly, me too. I'm exhausted. So, I don't know. Let me just pull some cards. This is just going to be a general energy reading. Okay. Yeah. Rough times, guys. Rough times. So, I'm just going to talk about the cards that I pulled here. But in the past, you guys, this is me too, to be honest, because I'm affected by these transits as well. I'm not susceptible to energies that come and go. I'm not magical in any way. I'm human too. I go through these transits, but this card, the Nine of Cups, right, has always represented to me as being lazy or greedy. But not lazy in the sense that I'm just laying down in my bed or whatever. I mean, it could mean that too. Some of you guys have been. But I think it's lazy in the way that you're like avoiding things, or that you're comfortable where you are. And like I said before, 2020 is going to be the year where you can't do that anymore. You can no longer, sit back and observe the world go on around you. The clock is ticking. The universe is coming for you, and I don't mean to scare it. That's just something that stuck with me when I watched another YouTuber's reading. The universe is coming for you. And it's time to take action. And before, I feel like there was just a lot of just stagnancy, just on your part, on whoever, like, that applies to, just like stagnancy, just not willing to do things, not wanting to, and almost like avoiding it, because when you're making that change, especially if you're codependent, once again, it's difficult, it's hard. Change is not something that people like to do. No one likes to do it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be better for you, but it's just difficult. It makes you uncomfy. It almost, what I'm getting is like an itchy feeling, like, oh, it just makes me so uncomfortable. It just makes me kind of queasy almost. But it needs to happen. You guys have been avoiding it, being comfortable. You know, oh, I'm okay, you know, the lifestyle I live is okay, when you know that it's not, but you're just comfortable, you don't want to change is uncomfortable, putting the effort in is hard, changing is hard, we all get that. But you have run yourself into the ground with that mentality. You have, with this 10 of Swords, you have run yourself into the ground. I'm exhausted, I really am. After the break, I think after, you know, there was a big Saturn. No, I don't know when that happened. That happened like early January, sometime like a couple weeks, a week ago. I don't remember. But Saturn-Pluto conjunction. I am exhausted. Also, there was a big eclipse, but on the 26th of December last year. But I am exhausted. Personally, I am exhausted. Like, it's just like everyone's coming to that point where it's like, and that's the thing with the 10 of Swords too, is like, when you finally reach the 10 of Swords, which is the bottom of the bottom, you can't go down anymore. Like, that's just it. Like, there's just no place that is energetically that low. Like, you can't go any lower. It is just the bottom of the bottom. But that's the thing with this, is that you literally only have the way up. You can only go up from here, because this really is the fucking bottom. Like, the fucking bottom. That's what it is. And this is really what's gonna get y'all to change. It's gonna start this, because you're tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of myself. Like, how long has this been going on where it's just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then you don't do it? Or I'm gonna do this for myself, or I'm gonna be happy, I'm gonna do this, and this, and then none of it happens. This is gonna push a lot of you forward, because you're just like looking around and be like, is this? That's also with the 10 of Swords. Like, to me, whenever I see that in readings, it's like, I see people looking around and being like, is this my life? Is this how I want to live? Is this? And you're just so exhausted. You're just like, I just want to get out of this cage that I've put myself in my life. Like, it's just so, I'm so tired of making excuses for myself, is what I'm hearing. Is like, I need to get out there. I need to do stuff. I need to go. A lot of you are hoping for the breakthrough. I know I just skipped around, but a lot of you are hoping, with this Ace of Wands here, you are hoping for the breakthrough, for a miracle, for something, from some kind of spark, some kind of fight. And I almost wish, because, you know, I think the current state of a lot of people is this 10 of Swords energy. And you're just hoping that you somehow get the aspiration, or there's some big thing happens, or some kind of miracle, something, a breakthrough. When I see Ace of Wands, or even like sometimes Ace of Swords, I think of breakthroughs. I think of inspiration. I think of high energy. I think of, this is my idea. This is what I'm going to go through. And a lot of people, you know, you're hoping that you find some sense of direction to go forward in. But, you know, I feel like a lot of people are hoping on a miracle. But the thing is, you can't just you can't just sit back and hope for a miracle. You have to make things change for yourself. You have to, this is for codependent people. This is for people that have trouble putting themselves first. This is specifically for you guys You can be your own superhero. I feel like a lot of people that I'm channeling right now have been waiting and sitting and waiting for a miracle. That was also the stagnancy that I mentioned before, is that you yourself didn't want to put the effort behind this change because you didn't think that you were capable of it, or it made you uncomfortable. And this is something that comes from childhood. If you are codependent, it comes from childhood, because it's personally for me, I didn't have like people around me supporting my decisions and my feelings and my options. So I always felt like someone else had to make the decision for me, or if it's like we're always going to do something that somebody else wants to do and not what I wanted to do. And so I had basically put all my faith in other people and in other things and in other situations. And that's what codependency does, is it makes you feel like you're a victim to everybody else's whims, when you're not. You can make your own decision, but you don't feel like that whenever you're codependent. You don't feel like you can make your own decisions. You don't feel like you can be you can trust your own decisions and stuff, or that you can take care of yourself. But that's the thing, is like, you can't rely on some outside thing to come and save you. That's done with. You are tired of it. Back to the Ten of Swords. You are tired of it. You're tired of the bullshit. And you can't just sit and wait for this miracle to happen. You just can't do it anymore. This is confronting the core of your codependency. And that is doing stuff for yourself. And now I'm going to talk from my personal experience having codependency and dealing with these codependent habits. It's hard. It's so hard to do stuff for myself because I feel guilty. And a lot of you feel guilty for doing stuff for yourself. You're just like, and you just wish that someone would just do the things that you want them to do for you. But the thing is, you can't do that. People aren't going to know what you want. The only person that knows what you want is you. People are constantly going to disappoint you if you rely on them to fulfill your wishes or to provide some miracle or to save you. They can't save you. You have to be able and be comfortable doing that stuff for yourself. And that's something I need to do too. This is coming from someone that struggles with this. Because I was waiting on a miracle. And now I realize, I'm tired. I've got to do stuff for myself. I can't do this anymore. Rely on other people because they just disappoint you. And it's not a sad thing. It's not like people are trying to disappoint you or they mean to disappoint you. It's just, this is what we got to learn to be able to take care of ourselves. You have neglected a lot of your own needs. You have neglected the things that you wanted to do because you hoped that someone else would do it, because you're so uncomfortable and you don't believe in yourself enough to do those things for yourself. You don't think that you can do them. You don't think that you can take care of yourself. You don't think that what you want is feasible or capable, or that you're capable of it. You can take care of yourself. You can be your own superhero. You can do it. And don't feel guilty about doing it. And a lot of people, I feel like you feel guilty for trying to take care of yourself or separating yourself away from other people that have been in your life for so long. Do it. Because you're miserable. The Ten of Swords energy is heavy. It's heavy around this time. And it's just like, you don't want to be in this position anymore. You don't have a choice to not take care of yourself anymore and to not put yourself first anymore. You're going to feel guilty about it. Yes, you are. That's just how you're programmed to be. Other people have taught you to be. But you need to do this. It's not an option for you to do this anymore. It's not an option for you to lay back and just ignore. It's come to a point where you can't ignore it. It's gotten the worst that it's gotten, and the only thing that you can do is go up from here. like I said before. You need to be willing and accepting of doing stuff for yourself and not feeling guilty about it. That's really the problem, is that you feel so guilty doing stuff for yourself. You feel bad doing stuff for yourself. You feel like you can't because somebody else has to do it for you. But there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you taking care of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with you buying gifts for yourself or taking yourself out on a nice dinner by yourself. Just you. You can enjoy yourself. And the thing is, if you can't enjoy yourself, you know, like just by yourself, you can't enjoy the company of other people because you're ignoring the things that you want to do. And you're upset because you don't want to do the things that other people are wanting to do, and you haven't fulfilled your own wants. And so you're just sitting with other people and you're upset because you have ignored your own wants and needs. You need to pay attention to what you want and do the things that you want. Now, we got this Wheel of Fortune here in reversed. And this is that thing that I was talking about. The world is moving forward. And the world is not going to provide you with the miracle that you want. The world is not going to hand you everything you want on a silver platter, because that would be easy and you would not heal your codependent habits. I'm getting that a lot of you want almost a lover, because I would mention retrograde lovers at the beginning of this video, but you want a lover to come and take care of you, and all the people that have been coming in your life are god awful. They are god awful, and they will not do that. They have people that will not take care of you, and you know they're not really worthy of you, and that's because you have been ignoring yourself. The universe is not gonna give you everything on a silver platter, because the answer to your problems is right there. What you want somebody else to save you is not actually what you need. What you need is to take yourself out on a date. Plan a big event. Plan some kind of celebration. It doesn't even have to be your birthday. It doesn't have to be some special event because, oh, you earned it. No, you deserve to be celebrated. So my advice to some of you, and I will try to do this too, because I struggle with this, is, save up money, buy yourself a nice dress or some nice clothes, and take yourself out on a night out, just by yourself, like completely by yourself. But I can't do. I don't want to hear it. This is for you. This is completely for you. Just zone out this is for me. This is what I'm gonna do. And you know what? If anyone has a problem with it, that's their business. It's not your business if anybody has a problem with you going out and I'm channeling people that don't do this for themselves. Because people who feel guilty about doing this do not do stuff like that for themselves, okay? At all, basically. The universe is not going to give you that miracle that you're wishing for, because the miracle that you're wishing for is within you. It's right there. Like, it's going to be hard because, of course, codependency and breaking away from these habits is not something that happens overnight. But you got to take that first step. And that's what 2020, the energies are for. That's what this is for. The universe is coming for you. And you got to step up and take care of yourself. Because I'm telling you, the offers that are coming in for like lovers, it doesn't look nice. And the reason that they don't look nice is because, like I said, The answer is not within other people. The answer is not like another person's love. The answer is not lurking out there in another person. It is within you. A lot of you want someone else to love you, but you need to do it for yourself. And I know that's like a cliche answer, and I kind of hate that, because no, you don't need to love yourself in order to have someone else love you. But what you're really looking for, what you subconsciously need, like on the surface, you may want someone else to love you, but what you really want is to accept yourself, to love yourself. I know I do. I just want to be able to just, be by myself and enjoy myself, and to take care of myself and be able to be strong in myself. And that's what a lot of you actually want. You don't want, on the surface, it's like you think you can't, it's because you think you can't do it, that you want it from somebody else. You think you're not capable of it, and so therefore you seek it out in other people. And it's not to say that you're not deserving of love from anybody else. Everyone is deserving of love, and nobody is perfect at all. And you don't need to be completely healed or completely aware of yourself. You can be completely unaware and still be deserving of love. But that's not what you really want, what you truly want, what you truly need. You need to embrace yourself. You need to love yourself. And I know you guys want to do it. And it's uncomfortable because a lot of you guys don't put yourself first. But start doing it. Start being comfortable being alone, and not like in a sad way. Don't alienate yourself and go into depression. Be comfortable taking care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Buy yourself nice things. And maybe not buy yourself nice things, but you don't always have to buy yourself nice things, but take care of yourself. Put on music that you like. Buy stuff that you like. Get that candle that smells really great, that if nobody else likes the scent, you like the scent, Do stuff that is for you and for nobody else. If you feel comfortable, film yourself talking. Make a video diary, because that's for you. Do something that's for you. Make an Instagram. If you've been insecure about your selfies, or you've never taken pictures for yourself, but you want to, but you don't want to share it with anybody, just make a private Instagram and just post a bunch of pictures of yourself, silly, naked if you want to. No one's gonna know, but do it for yourself. Give yourself the gratification. No one has to be in your space. No one has to consume you. Just do it for yourself. Do it completely for yourself. And let's say you want to go out with friends and they don't really want to do the things that you want to do. Just go out and do the stuff that you want to do. Don't wait on anybody. Just go. And that's very hard for people with codependency, because they have to be like, oh, but I wish I could do this, but I need someone to come with me. No, you don't. Go by yourself. Go out by yourself. Do it for yourself. Enjoy yourself, because you're denying yourself of your needs and of your wants because other people say no. F that. Be happy yourself. Fulfill your needs. Fulfill your wants. You've been ignoring yourself for too long. Too long. And that's just what I want to come across, is I've just been talking about the loving yourself and doing all that stuff, but a lot of you will be stuck in this mentality, of it is going to be a struggle. I do see a little bit of a struggle, of you guys not being able to fully, embrace that at first. And I see you guys trying to do this and trying to break away, but it's not comfortable for you. And it's not always going to be something that you like. In fact, it's going to be difficult. Sorry. I mean, this journey is not nice sometimes. You know, see the Three of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you have actually tried to do this before. Like, you've tried to take care of yourself, but it just doesn't. I feel like a lot of you still have that thing where it's like, oh, I'm going to start doing stuff for myself and I'm just going to attract people that want to do the same thing, or I'm going to attract a better job, or I'm going to attract a lover, or I'm going to attract this by somehow healing myself. No, it doesn't bring you anything at all, actually. I said in a previous rant that dealing with and going on a healing journey is actually very lonely, because you're doing stuff for yourself, not for anybody else. This is about you. This is not about who comes into your life. And if you do attract a lover, if you do attract friends, if you do attract a job opportunity, that's great, but that's not what the journey is about. And I feel like a lot of you are not understanding that this is not about other people. And it's hard because you want friends. Of course, everyone wants lovers and friends and better job opportunities and money, but that's not what this journey is about. And that's what this Three of Cups is representing, is because you guys feel like this isn't bringing you anything. This healing isn't bringing me anything. It's physically, like something that you could see, like in the physical world, or stuff of value, like relationships and job offers and money and all that stuff. That's not what this journey has ever been about. It's always been about yourself. And it will be lonely and it will be hard. And you guys won't like it. To be honest, a lot of you are going to be like, what the hell? Like, what am I even going through this shit for? It's to finally heal those codependent wounds. And you know what? I've been there. And I'm like, what am I even doing this stuff for? What am I even healing for if I'm not going to get this, and this? It's not about the external things. It's not about any of that. It's about finally loving yourself and finally being comfortable in your own skin. That's the greatest reward you could have, because, things are going to come and go. Relationships, money, jobs, that's going to go. But you're always going to have yourself. And to be able to comfortably say, yes, I take care of myself and I'm comfortable with myself. Don't you guys want to reach that point where you're not constantly trying to talk to somebody or trying to make friends and you're just like, I need this to be happy, I need this. Don't you guys want to be fulfilled in yourself? And that's what this is all about, this journey. And you guys are making the right steps, but you need to let go of the idea that this is somehow going to bring you monetary gain, because it's not. That's not what this is about. And I know it's hard to say that because I'm not perfect. Sometimes I catch myself wanting friends or wanting lovers or wanting money, but that's not what this is about. And it's going to be difficult for you because 2020 the energy is not, I'm going to give you stuff that you want. I'm just going to give you all the money and all the, because that's, spirit knows, the universe knows that that's not what you actually need. A lot of you want that stability within yourselves, but you don't think that you can get it. But it's going to take time. And it's frustrating because it's a lot of back and forth, but it's going to take time. And that's all I wanted to say. I know I didn't go over all the cards, but it seems to be like that is what's happening here. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I was just kind of ranting. ranting. But, you know, hope you guys enjoy this reading and come back whenever I upload another one. If I feel like there's like a shift in transits or shift in energies, I will post. I'll try to post often. But thank you guys so much for listening. I'll see you next